Why, hello there everyone, it's me, Katsuhan, aka Han, and today, to be honest guys, I'm a little bit scared. I'm a little bit scared to do this video, and that's because, as you guys can tell from the title, I will be unboxing and reviewing the 17 Carat Bong version 3. And why am I so scared about talking about this thing? Well, if you guys know anything at all about the K-pop social media world and what happened when this thing was released and the design was released, you guys will know that this light stick, had a lot of negative reactions towards it. Like, so many people hated this light stick, like so many. A lot of people. Like, a lot. And you know, they compared oh my gosh, see, like, I'm so scared that I can't even talk right. But yeah, they've compared this thing to a fly, like the insect, but also an oil spill. And like, to be honest guys, like, it do be looking like those things. But yeah, I'm scared because I don't want to be canceled by my fellow carats or the K-pop community for buying this thing. And okay, so let me just explain first why I bought it, so that hopefully that'll give people a little bit more understanding. But so first thing is first, I just thought it looked pretty cool, okay? Like, you know, it looked cool. I mean, yes, it looks like an oil spill, but oil spills look really pretty too, in my opinion. And secondly, I am, and not to like hype myself up or like brag about myself, be that person, but I am an OG carrot, okay? Like, I've loved 17 for such a long time, and through many series of unfortunate events, I have never been able to own a light stick. So either because I didn't know where to buy the light stick, didn't have the money to buy a light stick, or whenever I tried to buy the light stick on the official website, which I will be talking about shortly, it's always sold out because they have such a limited stock of it. When I went to the concert at the Be the Sun World Tour, one of their stops, and I lined up for the light stick, me and my friend were barely, you know, we were like maybe 8 people away from the front of the cash register when it sold out there. And I've just never trusted third-party sites enough to buy it from there. Like, I'm like those sites that are retailing and selling the light stick, but they're not officially associated with Weverse Shop. I just never trusted myself or those sites enough to buy from there, just because I don't know 100% sure if they're real or not, or they're gonna give me a faulty item or a dysfunctional item, and then I'm gonna be really sad. And yeah, people are such good scammers nowadays. They could do everything to a T, and you wouldn't know that thing is fake until you try to use it. So I've never bought from there. So I just really wanted to buy a light stick, and I thought this light stick was really cool, and I just wanted to be a part of the light stick community and use this light stick at 17 concerts and own a 17 light stick. Of course I wanted version 2, the prettiest light stick in the world, but like, that just never worked out for me. And I'm so sad about that. And I mean, I hope they keep selling it. I will buy that too, but I never got it. So I'm buying version 3. So hopefully you guys don't cancel me, okay? I promise I'm a huge 17 fan. I love them. Don't cancel me over this light stick, okay? But yeah, in this video, I will be unboxing this light stick. I'll be giving my honest opinion about it that nobody asked for, and reviewing it, and then, you know, giving my honest opinion at the end. So yeah, before we move on to the unboxing part, I'm just gonna talk a little bit about Weverse Shop. So Weverse Shop is an online retailer for official K-pop goods. As you can see here, they sell official merchandise for all your favorite K-pop artists. Maybe not all, but a lot. From 17 to BTS to Blackpink and so many more. So just looking at 17's page here specifically, as you can see, there is a wide variety of merch that they sell, from trading cards to photo cards to albums and light sticks and more. Bad thing is, as you can see, everything is sold out, which I would say is a pretty big issue with Weverse Shop, is that they have such limited inventory. Looking here at the Lightsticks page, yes, this is version 3. I'm just showing off that every item has a description here. Usually it will be in English and Korean, but sometimes they'll have Japanese or Chinese descriptions. So just kind of looking at different items here. Another con I would say of Weverse Shop though is that shipping can be very expensive. So if you are planning to buy something from Weverse Shop, try to buy it with a group if you can to save on those shipping costs. Otherwise, this is a great place to make sure that the merch you do get from your favorite K-pop artists are official. So yeah, that has been my spiel about Weverse Shop. And now we will be moving on to the unboxing part. So here we go. Alright, so unboxing time as per usual. Please enjoy my extensive handography. And again, I am wearing my 17 Be the Sun long sleeve shirt in commemoration of this unboxing. Alright, so here is the unopened package, well, the contents. This is what it looks like. I haven't touched it at all, haven't opened it. And this is what the Lightstick box looks like. And ta-da! This is the box outside of the bubble wrap. This is the Lightstick box, obviously very rose quartz and serenity, which is probably the most rose quartz and serenity thing in this entire package. But yeah, this is the revealed box, I guess you could say. And because I ordered this as the very first round of pre-orders, I got this special bonus item, which is this rose quartz slash pink light stick strap or wrist strap. And yeah, I was just very determined to get this so that I had something that was akin to 17's official colors to put on this light stick, which is very dark. So here are all of the items in the Lightstick box and the package laid out. I'm also going to be showing off this little booklet here. So this booklet is basically just telling you how to use the Lightstick, the different functions, as well as safety precautions. So this is the Lightstick bag that comes in the box. It's, as you can see, a light blue color, and the texture is like one of those shopping bags, those tote kind of shopping bags. It's a little bit rough, but in any case, it's good to have something to protect your Lightstick in, and it also has some adjustable drawstring straps to it. And this is the wrist strap that comes in every version 3 box, so it's not a pre-order bonus item or anything like that. And it is a bluish kind of serenity color, but more on the blue side in my opinion. Okay, so now moving on to revealing this light stick in all its controversial glory. Here it is, guys. As you can see, there's still a diamond in the dome, and 17's logo is printed on it in holographic print. The color scheme of the light stick is black with this more darky holographic print on it. In my opinion, it looks pretty cool and edgy, not our usual 17 color scheme, but still very cool look to it in my opinion. So surprise, this unboxing is also going to be serving as a tutorial. So here I'm just showing you guys how to actually insert the batteries to make this thing work. And as you can see, you just unscrew the bottom portion of the light stick and out will come the battery holders. I'm not sure what the exact technical name of it is, but they'll just kind of slide out, so be a bit careful with that. And this light stick takes 3 AAA batteries. I'm using Duracell here, but you can use whichever batteries that you want. And all you do is insert the batteries the correct way into the holders here. And then after doing that, you just kind of pop it back into the light stick, the hole at the bottom, the exact way that it came out, essentially. And then you just screw the lid back on, the bottom back on, and the light stick should turn on and function from there. So moving on to the functions, as you can see here, there are 2 buttons near the top of the light stick. The left button here is what actually turns the light stick on. So you just press and hold the left button and it'll turn on into basic mode, which are just the basic colors. So to cycle through the colors, all you need to do is press the left button again and again. There are 6 colors available: white, blue, which is supposed to be the Serenity color, I believe, a light blue, a light purple, rose quartz, and a hot pink color. So you can also change the flashing speed of the light stick. So all you have to do that is to press the button on the right here. And there are 4 speeds available, technically. There is a long speed, which I'm showing you right now, a medium speed, a fast speed, and there's also a speed called on, which is just your basic default speed where the flashing is off. So that's the speed that you'll see when you turn on the light stick. And you can pair any of those 4 flashing speeds with any of the 6 light stick colors that are available. And to turn off the light stick, all you need to do is press and hold the left button again and it should turn off. So I actually initially forgot to film this part when I was doing the unboxing, so I'm putting this here. But what's cool about this light stick is the fact that it has color shaking mode, and I'm not sure that that was available in Carat Bong version 2 or 1. You guys can correct me on that. But essentially what happens is you turn on color shaking mode, and when you're waving your Carat Bong in the air, the colors will change to all of the 6 colors available. So to turn on color shaking mode, there's a couple of steps that you guys need to follow. The first being to turn on the light stick, of course. So you have to press and hold the left button as you would normally. And then you have to press and hold the button on the right. Again, right button, press and hold in order to activate color shaking mode. And when you do that, you'll see those rainbow flashing lights come up. That'll tell you that color shaking mode is now on, whereupon you can just go ahead and shake the Carat Bong away. Let's say you get tired of color shaking mode, or you're dizzy from it, it's giving you some weird feelings. All you have to do to turn color shaking mode off is to press and hold the right button again, and it'll show those green and red and rainbow flashing lights. And then you can turn the light stick off by pressing the left button and holding it again. Unfortunately, as far as I'm aware, you can't pair color shaking mode with any of the flashing light speeds, but it's still cool anyway. Now I'm going to show you guys how to insert the wrist strap onto your light stick. So we're going to go ahead and use this pink/rose quartz bonus item 1 as an example. So first thing you're going to do is locate this small rectangular type of hole that you see here at the bottom of your light stick. Next, you're going to take your wrist strap and try and put the stringy part of the wrist strap through the hole as I'm about to show you guys. Once you have the stringy part through the hole, you're going to make it opened up or wider so that it makes kind of like a circle or a loop shape. And then you're going to put the thicker part of the wrist strap, like I'm doing here, through that loop. And that's going to create this small knot here. And now your wrist strap is secured to your light stick. So you can go ahead and put your wrist through the wrist strap, and you can feel safe knowing that your light stick is not going to fly away into the abyss when you're shaking it around in concerts. Here I'm just showing you guys what the light stick looks like when it's on and flashing in a darker environment. And that has been my unboxing of Carat Bong version 3. I hope you found the video helpful. As usual, we're ending this off with some awesome handography and a layout of all the items. I do hope you guys stay for the end where I have a little talk after this and giving my honest opinion. But otherwise, that has been the video, and now you guys know how to use a Carat Bong, and you too can use your Carat Bong for concerts and reliving your favorite 17 World Tour moments like I'm doing here. So after all of that, what is my overall review opinion on this dang light stick? So I would say I think it's a pretty cool light stick. I don't regret buying it. I think the oil slick fly look on it looks pretty cool. It looks like this kind of chromy, colorful sheen on it that isn't overly bright, but I still think it looks pretty cool. So overall, I think I would give this whole thing like a solid 7 out of 10 personally. You guys might have a different opinion. You guys might have a lower opinion. Maybe the majority of you would give it a lower rating. Some of you might give it a higher rating, but I think for me personally, it's solid 7 out of 10. So what are the pros and cons of this light stick? So starting off with the pros, the first one, and I think this is a pretty big one, is the fact that it has color shaking mode. So I don't know personally, as I said before, I've never had the other Carat Bongs if they have color shaking mode, but color shaking mode does exist on this Carat Bong version 3, and I think that's a pretty cool advantage or a pro because you don't have to worry about manually changing the colors. You just turn color shaking mode on and you get to experience all the 6 colors just by shaking it, which I think is pretty cool. Nextly, like I said before, I think the design is pretty cool. Some of you or a lot of you might not think that's a pro. You might not think that the design is a pro, but I think it is. So yeah, if you like the chromy, dark-ish vibe of this light stick, you'll probably think this is a pro too. Next is, okay, so I don't know if this was really a pro for everyone. It might be an inconvenience to some people, but if you buy logically, in a logical sense here, if you buy Carat Bong version 3, you will have access to the Carat Bong version 3 app, and therefore your light stick will sync up at concerts. So essentially, your light stick lights will change automatically throughout the concert. And you guys may know or may not know, but the previous light sticks, so Carat Bong version 2 and version 1, will no longer sync up. At concerts, you can still use them. Obviously, you can turn on the lights, you can flash them around, but they will not automatically change colors or light speeds or any of that during the concert. So I guess you could say by buying version 3, you have that added advantage of your light stick being able to sync up at concerts, if you like that. Nextly, another pro is that, oh yes, so if you are really not happy with this light stick design, but you bought it anyway because you wanted a light stick, you have the added advantage of being able to take out certain parts and DIYing it. So I know this is kind of a controversial opinion in the Carat world, that you would even have to, you know, DIY this light stick after paying money for it. But firstly, people have been DIYing Carat Bong version 2 anyway by adding their own stuff. So why can't they do that with version 3? Very kindly, politely asking, don't cancel me. And also, you know, you can do what you want with the light stick, honestly. So yes, if you want to DIY, you can take out the tube shaft. I don't know what the technical name is. Oh my gosh. The holder, it comes out, the dome comes out. You can add, you know, your own colorful foil to it, glitters, flowers, whatever you want to make it yours personally. So that is, in my opinion, an added advantage of getting this version 3, that if you don't like this pattern but you do want a light stick, you are not absolutely stuck with the design. So yeah, those are the pros. Moving on to the cons next. So the cons of this light stick. So there are several that I did notice. The first being that I found when using color shaking mode, in my experience, the battery runs out so fast. And when I say fast, I tested the Carat Bong out by using color shaking mode when I was watching the Be the Sun tour DVD, which I will be talking about in another video. And I noticed that color shaking mode barely lasted like 2 hours, which I mean is pretty good for a normal concert on the world tour. That's how long the Toronto stop was. But if it's like the DVD, which was 4 hours, it does not last for 4 hours while you're constantly using color shaking mode. So I would say if you are planning to use color shaking mode, maybe don't use it for the whole time during concerts or for a very long time. Or if you want to use it for the whole time, please bring extra batteries. Next, so even though I have Carat Bong version 3 now, I don't think, and this is just objectively, I don't think that it is as pretty as Carat Bong version 2. And I know I said that I really liked version 3, but obviously Carat Bong version 2 is the prettiest light stick in the world, and just look at me. I literally look like version 2, like my colors and everything. So of course, I love version 2. So, I mean, if you were looking for something like version 2 that's very ethereal and celestial, no, version 3 is not that. It still looks pretty cool in its own way, but it is not version 2 levels of pretty. That being said, there were some pretty cool ideas that I saw out there. I don't know why Hybe didn't pick any of these fan-made ideas, like these ones that I'm popping up on the screen here. And my personal favorite is this diamond one that I am also popping up. This is just so cool and so unique. I wish that they picked that one. But anyway, they didn't. But we still get a pretty kind of cool looking light stick. It's not super pretty like in the way that Carat Bong version 2 was. But I think it is pretty cool. But I don't think anything can live up to Carat Bong version 2, to be honest. So that's a pretty high bar to set for this light stick. Thirdly, and this is kind of related to my second point, it is not in the 17 official colors, so it's not in Rose Quartz and Serenity, which I know a lot of people was very upset about. And I do understand that part because, you know, those colors are also a part of our identity as carats, and like I said, look at me. Literally am the same colors, almost, not really. But, you know, I'm pink and purpley and like light bluish kind of mode. So yeah, if you're expecting carat colors, this does not have it except for the box and the wrist straps maybe. So yeah, that's another con I would say for a lot of people. And next would be the fact that it's more expensive than Carat Bong version 2. So I think Carat Bong version 2 was 30 something US dollars. This one is in the realm of 40 something US dollars. So that's something that's not great either. I wish it was the same price at least. I'm not sure why they made it more expensive. I don't think inflation explains it, but that is another con to be aware of. There are a couple of things that I also wasn't able to show you in my unboxing video, unfortunately. And the first thing will be how the Carat Bong version 3 connects to the version 3 app and how to use Bluetooth with it. Mainly, I didn't show that off because for a lot of us here in the West, we don't have access to live concerts of 17 right now. So I don't know how much use it would be to you guys to show off how the Carat Bong version 3 app works when there's no concert to show how it syncs, if that makes sense. Secondly, I didn't show you guys how to DIY the light stick, like how to take off the dome, how to replace the diamond, how to replace the holder tube shaft thing. So that was just mainly because I don't have anything to DIY it with, so I didn't know how that would be much use to you guys as well. But that being said, if you guys would like a tutorial on those things anyway, those two things, how to connect to Carat Bong version 3, as well as how to DIY, I can certainly show you guys in another video. Just let me know in the comments. Lastly, we are going to be moving on to some discussion surrounding this whole Carat Bong version 3 debacle. So if that kind of tea or drama does not float your guys' goats, please feel free to skip to the end of this video, close this video, or move on to bigger and better things in your life. Those are perfectly fine with me. That being said, for those of you who are staying for some tea spill and some tea spill discussions, you might have remembered that at the beginning of this video, I mentioned that a lot of people hated this Carat Bong version 3 design when it first came out. And from what I saw going around on the internet, there are three main reasons for that hate. The first reason is the fact that people just thought this light stick was objectively ugly looking, and I can understand that to a point just because, you know, carats are so used to having Carat Bong version 2 in their repertoire, and in a lot of circles that version 2 is considered to be the prettiest light stick in the world. So I can understand carats being used to a certain aesthetic and a certain, you know, expectation of what a light stick, a 17 light stick should look like. And Carat Bong version 3 is like the complete opposite of that. And people compared it, like I said, to a fly or an oil spill. And a lot of people said that it was indistinguishable from a lot of other groups' light sticks. So they said it could easily be Blackpink's light stick or BTS's light stick. So a lot of people were just overall unhappy with the design and thought it was ugly and also not unique. Secondly, a lot of people, and this is kind of related to the first point, but a lot of people were unhappy with the fact that the light stick doesn't incorporate any obvious signs of rose quartz and serenity, which are the official 17 colors. Now, yes, the wrist straps and two of the flashing light colors, and also I believe the Lightstick Bag are rose quartz in Serenity, or at least I think they're supposed to be. But I agree with the fact that there are no obvious signs of rose quartz and Serenity on the Lightstick design itself. And I can understand that being really important to carats because those official colors are a huge part of carats' identity and what it means to be a carat and a fan of 17. So not having those colors obviously incorporated is, I can understand, a huge blow to carats. Thirdly, a lot of people were just unhappy with this light stick because of how expensive it was. And you know, I can agree with that. It is more expensive than version 2. And I wouldn't say that it's like fancier than version 2. A lot of people might even say that it's uglier or worse than version 2. But because it's more expensive, it begs the question as to why it is more expensive. So a lot of people were not happy at all with how expensive it was compared to the previous versions. Were there better ideas that Hybe could have used to design this light stick? Yes, I mean, like I showed you guys before, the fan-made designs are amazing. Like, they could have chosen any one of those designs and made an amazing light stick that probably would have even be an improvement on version 2, which is extraordinarily hard. and, you know, made everybody happy, or at least the majority of people happy. So, you know, as much as I wish that they chose those designs, they didn't, and they gave us this light stick. And is it as pretty as version 2? I would say objectively no, but I think it's still a pretty cool light stick, you know, that's why I bought it. And like I said, I don't regret buying it, and I think that it's, you know, if you want to have this light stick, please do. It's a cool light stick to have. While I bought this light stick, I think it's commendable for carrots who really didn't like this light stick, or who just wanted something better, to fight for what they want and stand by their beliefs. Like, I've seen many people write to Hive about the light stick or start petitions, and I think it's great to do that in a civil and peaceful manner. Likewise, I also think it's great for carrots who really like version 3 to be able to buy it and be happy with their purchase and also show it off. But what is absolutely not okay, though, is for carrots and for people within the K-pop community to bully each other, spread hate, and threaten each other over people's decision to either buy this light stick or boycott this light stick. Unfortunately, I have seen some horrible comments being made towards both sides. On the side of those who really like the light stick or want to buy it, I have seen some awful comments of people saying that if they ever see anybody in public with version 3, they'll make fun of them or bully them or even jump them. And that's absolutely terrifying. And unfortunately, I don't have those comments to show you guys. I tried to look for them, but I don't know if the users deleted them or they're just too far back, because I saw these in like January and February. They're too far back and mixed up in all the other comments for me to find, but I wasn't able to find them, so you don't have to believe me on that fact since I don't have proof, I guess you could say. But I did see them, so I'm just telling you that. And to top all of that off, I have seen what I would say are some borderline racist, discriminatory, or prejudiced comments being made to groups of carrots, especially towards the J carrots and Japanese people. I showed you a few, I guess, kinder comments at the beginning of this video, but I have seen comments being made towards Japanese and J carrots saying things like, or questioning their values and their aesthetic and questioning their intelligence. And even though that doesn't seem like much, and that's not outright racist or discriminatory, I can imagine, even though I'm not Japanese, as if I were Japanese, this would be pretty insulting to see these people making comments about not just me, but, you know, my nation and my culture. And I would say that's not okay. On the other hand, there have been some pretty bad comments being made towards carrots who don't like the light stick too. And, you know, a lot of these comments are in the form of gaslighting, saying that carrots are being over dramatic for fussing over this light stick, that they're insane and crazy for fussing over this light stick, and, you know, there are bigger problems in this world than a dumb light stick, which, you know, apparently carrots are not intelligent enough to see. You know, all of those gaslighting keywords have been mentioned, and, you know, that's pretty unfair. And unfortunately, I don't have those comments to show you guys again. I'm sorry. But I guess I wasn't able to go back far enough, or I just wasn't picking up those words, and probably they were lost in all the other comments as well. But I'm sure if you internet sleuths want to go and find those comments, because I'm sure you guys are a lot better at interneting than me, you probably will find it. And again, you don't have to believe me on this fact since I don't have evidence, but I did see them. And, you know, everyone's entitled to their own opinion, you know, especially about a light stick. But, you know, it's not okay to bully each other, bully somebody because they don't like a light stick. You know, it's not fair to say that they're being over dramatic either, because, I mean, for those that are in the K-pop community, you know, just think about what would happen if, and how you would feel if your light stick came out, a new light stick from your favorite group came out, and it just didn't represent you. So of course you would be upset about it. So, you know, it's unfair to say that carrots are being over dramatic and crazy about not liking this light stick when it means so much to them. So that's not cool either, to make fun of them for their own opinion. For me, it's perfectly fine whether you like this light stick or not to stick to your own beliefs and do what you want. But I really also think that we should be respectful of each other's decisions and values, even if we don't agree with them. Just because, as a carrot, that's what being a carrot is all about. You know, a community that loves and cares about 17 and who loves and cares and respects each other as well. And ultimately, 17 wouldn't want to see us fighting over a light stick either, so let's try not to disappoint them. Okay, guys? Alright, that has been me for this video. Sorry for the long video and getting serious at the end. Just wanted to get some things off my chest, but I hope you're not scared off for my next video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!